Hello there, this is Cookies. I have turned 55 of LA Erytheia. I'm coming back to re-record this one just a little bit. I don't know, I thought it was just kind of wordy. So, go back through this one. And I forget if this is the first turn where we actually get the income from the wish deal that we've got with Arco, but I can tell you that I was definitely really happy about having some Earth income. I think my Earth income prior to the Flagra War was 2. So I hadn't been able to do really basic things like make hammers and stuff like that. Additionally, these are the water gems I'm going to be doing the clamming for. So I think between the 15 pearls for, was it? It's like 25 for putting into Whoosh, and then we're looking at about 14 pearls of just like general income that he's taking advantage of, and that's fine. Additionally, we got 150 blood slaves from Pangea, and he just says enjoy. So I guess I'm gonna start breaking into blood now. um, I hadn't had any plans to break into blood soon, but now I have no choice. So, and I definitely have some ideas on what I can do with this blood access. First and foremost, just a little bit of blood access can be really good on communions because you can go into that communion, you can Sabbath into it, and you can do a bunch of reinvigoration and keep that communion going strong through the heaviest part of the communion, which is the big buff cycle. All right, and then we did a little bit of site searching, didn't find anything, and we've got a few battles. So first up is Linshire, where a Wraith Lord is going to kill 1 PD. And then in the Forest of the Lost, another Wraith Lord is going to kill a little bit more PD. He's got a little bit of gear on him. And then Dothian, Pangea, and Patala having a little fight. So we've got a pack of trolls going after 1 PD. And then in Utgard, got a couple of mages from Man coming in to do some magic duel. And continuing to burn out the nature gems. So I don't think this one worked. And that guy retreated. And then we have 2 major fights this turn. The first one is in Illidar, so we'll take a look at that one. This one's between Arco and Ragha, so Arco is storming this fort. So let's see, on Ragha's side, we have this Air 3 with a bunch of air gems. More air gems, more air gems. So this is definitely looking like elemental spam. These are the free spawn guys you kind of get for just having commanders present. Fire gems, more fire gems, water gems, air gems. I think we're starting to get the idea of what Ragha's got planned. Just a load of fire, water, and air gems on these mages. Alright. Additionally, on Arco's side, we have some of these Azure mages who can do water elementals. A few commanders, nothing on them. 2 enchantresses. This one's got a load of nature gems and a tree lord staff, which is a lot of gems. So, and 39 poison resist, so I imagine this might be a Serpent's Blessing, Foul Vapors caster, maybe, along with, any other nature buffs that Arco might want. And we've got some fire gems. And I doubt the Orphic Mystics have anything on them, but we'll take a look really quick. Nothing crazy. Alright. So, first up, I'll let you guys enjoy the battle, and then maybe we can dig into it a little bit more. Alrighty, I think this one's over. So let's go ahead and dive back into it. Alright, and I'm back. The game crashed right there when I hit Q, so that was kind of funny. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into Illidar again. And just kind of take a look at what's going on. So before mass protection comes in, a few of these mages get yoinked. I think it's 2 of the mystics. So we do get some early attrition. Now the enchantress that we care about is this one, Derry. And in terms of the buff cycle, as the air elementals come in, so we've got Mass Protection, Thunderfend, I believe, Serpent's Blessing, Fog Warriors, and Anti-Magic. So pretty good set of buffs. On Ragha's side, I'm not sure if they do any sort of big protection buff. But mass protection could come back to bite Arca when these fire elementals roll in. The war elephants soak up a bunch of paralyzed spam, which is pretty good. Even if they don't get to trample through the gate, which is the best case scenario. Derry is still here. Serpent's Blessing, mass regen. Okay, so I think we should have mass regen on these guys now. What does the Queen of Clouds cast? Thunderfend, Fog Warriors, and now a bunch of Thunderstrike damage. Alright. This air elemental that was causing havoc. See how this guy does with mass protection? Yeah, it just gets deleted. Mystic Line is mostly spamming Disintegrate, it looks like. Alright. And we've got Storm up, which is by Ragha, okay, to help out the air elementals, because they do get storm power. If I could click on one. Yeah, so they have storm power 4. And then probably the most important loss as this battle ends is right here. This Enchantress fatigues herself out by throwing up Howl. We're starting to run out of friendlies in the neighborhood to distract the elementals with. Alright, so that Enchantress does go down. Alright, so looking at the battle report. So Arco ends up losing an Enchantress, and this is a big loss because of the gear she was holding. I think it was probably something like 60-something gems. Actually, we can double check really quick. She was holding, is it 40, 50, yeah, 60. Alright, so she was holding about 60 gems. And then loses 95 hoplites, which sucks, but isn't the biggest deal in the world, and also loses 42 heart companions, which is probably several, 5 or 6 turns of production. Really, actually, maybe 6 or 7 turns of production. So that's a pretty big loss, losing that many heart companions. And then on Ragha's side, the only significant losses are gem losses. Just all those elementals that ended up getting summoned. So, but yeah, really nice fort defense from Ragha. And Arco takes a pretty significant casualty, but otherwise is, should bounce back fairly quickly. And give me 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. My mouse is being goofy, and I think it's because Windows wants to update. Alright. And then the star fight of the turn, for me at least, is this Storming of Ragha. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. This is definitely a high commitment from me. So we've got, give me 1 second as well. I should close Discord. Alright. So we've got a pile of mages here. And that whole script that I think I showed off last turn, all those different spells. And then on Ragha's side, let's go ahead and check out their mages. So we have a few death gems. Only 4 pearls on the Pretender. And it looks like she might have lost an air path. So without joining a communion, it might be hard for her to do Wrathful Skies. And we have a bunch of sages and a few Zeotar, of which one has a Robe of the Sea. I'd love to get my hands on that. Oh, and all these sages have lightless lanterns on them, or a lot of them do. So we found the research park, which means if we're able to kill a bunch of these sages, we've brought enough commanders to hopefully pick up a lot of these lanterns. And I can use that to recover some of my research. So, looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and dive into this one. And, oh, I guess one more note. So if you remember, Ragha's Pretender was extremely unlucky getting soul slayed by a shrunken mystic. Um, and that I don't think that luck is any different now. So I'll go ahead and preface that, and we'll go ahead and dive into this one. Summon Earth Power. And started to prepare Doom, but never got to cast it. We got Wailing Winds by the Death Mage. I throw up Foul Vapors. I've got a Mercenary Company of Ghosts coming in on my left flank. Wailing Winds goes down, Foul Vapors goes down. I had a number of mages run from Wailing Winds. Oh, there we go. Some team-colored squares. Alright. So that could have been a lot worse, but it actually goes really well. We get a bunch of lightless lanterns. We get a Clam of Pearls. We lose a Knight Commander. We lose a Mystic. We lose a few crossbowmen, a few of the mercenaries, a few of our heavy cav, but we make up for it by getting some Savaran Guard. And we lose one of our Mouflon Cataphracts. And we take out, I think, 23 mages, including the Pretender. Oh, and almost forgot to point this guy out. Pretty cool little hero that Ragha gets, the Father Slayer. So I'll leave that on for a few seconds if you wanted to go ahead and read through that. Alright. Pretty cool little hero. But yeah, all in all, army does not get doomed. And yeah, this went about as well as it could have gone. So, actually, and then we get a bunch of people, we lose some people, and we lose some Dominion, and we patrol out a scout. Alright, so in terms of this, I guess, like the strategic picture, so Arco's still got this one under siege. He's taken a somewhat hefty hit, but he does have everything else locked down, and Ragha's been removed from all the rest of his provinces. So what we've decided to do after that defeat is we're gonna go ahead and just dom kill Ragha. So this Ragha in particular was a cold Ragha. And I can't see all the candles, but I only see I think 3 candles myself. He might only have like 10 or so candles total. We should have Satis Dominion, Arco Dominion, and my Dominion kicking in pretty soon. I'm doing some preaching. I'm building a temple because I want to get my scales in for all this really nice income. So I think at this point we agreed that we would dom kill Arco. Meanwhile, I'm moving out forces to head back here, and then I'm gonna send them down here. This was a mistake that I did, moving my pretender down here. Yeah, he should have been moving north, because the intent was I would load him up with this whip of command and gateway 200 troops down to this throne, because I've just finished these 2 wars. I've got a bunch of new lanterns that I've assigned, and I'm making more lanterns. You can see a whole bunch of forging happening. But I think we're just going to dip right into the next war, which will, at this point in time, it was going to be Calum, and it was going to be a 3v1. So the plan was Arco had a nap 5. He was going to end his nap, and then I would wait 2 turns, and then I would end my nap, so that we'd be on the same counter. And then Patala was also going to end their nap. I think they were ending at the same time as Arco. And the plan was we would go ahead and take out these birds, because it's really hard to fight other wars when you have birds just waiting in the wings. So that was our plan. We were go try and take out Calum. So I've been recruiting down this way for a while. I was still recruiting this way. And I was planning to gateway a bunch of stuff down here as well. So yeah, I think that's that portion. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything else. Oh, in terms of research for this war, I should cover that. We're heading up to Alt 9. Should get it in 2 turns. So before the nap ends, we should have Alt 9. So we can do Army of X, either gold or lead, depending on whatever we need. So that'll be great. And after that, then we're going to chase Construction 7 for Weapons of Sharpness. And yeah, I think that's just about everything. Oh, I guess I can show off what we're doing with the Blood Slaves. So we've found a few scouts, and I did this backwards. What I should have done with these scouts was move them here and then empower them, because my plan is to blood hunt the Throne of Death. It's already got death scales on it, so I might as well blood hunt this one before the population dies anyways. So we're going to empower these 3, and then we're going to send them over here and have them blood hunt. It's basically the plan. I'm not sure if there's a better way to kind of utilize those slaves to bootstrap into blood, but that was the way we chose. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you in the next one in turn 56. Have a good one.